Hello, this is the WorkKeys Proctor training video. I have a document that you will have access to, and I'm just going to move through the information in this document. So at the top, there is some information about the WorkKeys assessment, and then some general information. So the test has 3 parts. Each is 55 minutes. There is a 15-minute break between parts 1 and parts 2, and the tests are workplace documents, applied math, and graphic literacy. Accommodated rooms might have different timings. Those will be noted for you. In standard time rooms, you must use the entire standard time, even if everyone is finished. You may not move on prior to the 55 minutes. In extended time rooms, if everyone in the room is finished and standard time, the 55 minutes has passed, you can move on to the next test. But everybody must be finished and the standard time has to have passed. You cannot admit students to testing after you have passed out test booklets. If you're still bubbling in the pre-administration information, you can admit them, make a note of their arrival time, and then students who arrive once the test has started should be sent to the little theater. During the pre-administration section, the bubbling of demographics, be sure that they're filling in the boxes and bubbling correctly. This might be the first time or the first time in a while they've done a task like this. So we always need somebody to directly say, fill in the bubbles as well. Last year, we had a number of students that were answering questions only in the test booklet. At the beginning of the first test, make sure you walk around and ensure that students are bubbling in their answers on the answer sheet as well. If they do not, then we have to call ACT for approval to get them to transfer their answers. If a student needs to leave during the test for the bathroom, collect their materials, send them with a pass, mark on the roster when they leave and when they return, and then only one student may leave at a time. So if 2 or more students need to leave and it can't wait, it's an emergency, we'll need to find someone to accompany them. Cell phones are not allowed. We'll use our regular school day rules. Students may not use them during the test or during break. The phone must be off and put away in the classroom carrier. When it comes time for breaks, tell your students to go to the approved break area. Students should use the restroom and water fountain closest to your testing location, but you must stay with the materials at all times. If you are needing a break, text or email Haley Jung and somebody will be sent to allow you to go. Make sure you're following the script exactly. There will be notes in there. It's a very easy process if you just follow the script, what it tells you to say, when it tells you to say it, and then only pass out materials when directed to within the instructions. Items that are not allowed: highlighters, books to read when finished, and scratch paper. Students can use the test booklets to do any of their markings. If students have questions, you can answer questions about mechanics, such as, do I put my answers for this section here? Other than those types of questions, you can't answer anything else. Proper seating, we're going to do our best with this, with the space that we have and the tables that we have. So students should be 3 feet apart, shoulder to shoulder, side to side, and shoulder to shoulder, front to back. Should be in rows, facing the same direction. Proctor faces the students, and if 2 are sitting at the same table, they should be spread out as far as possible. Again, we are doing our best with the space that we have and the tables that we have, so just make sure that you are following those guidelines as best as it works for your classroom space. Irregularities: students can only be working on the section that you are on. If they're working on another section, you'll contact Haley Jung and the student will be removed from testing. Remember that test booklets, answer keys are secure test materials, so they should never be left unattended and should be passed off directly to a coordinator or designee. People that have not completed this test security training may not be in the testing room. And then we want to, without causing a stressful environment, be efficient in getting the test started as quickly as possible and continuing it as quickly as possible. So keep that in mind. We want to keep it moving. If you have a concern about irregularities or prohibited behavior, inform Haley Jung so that a report can be made or the student can be removed. We'll make that determination at the time of the incident. If there's an emergency such as the fire alarm, students will close their answer document in the test booklet and leave it on the table. You'll close the door and then we'll wait for further instructions. If there's an interruption, such as an extended announcement during testing, you'll have the students close their answer documents, you'll pause the time, and once that interruption is over, then you can start the time again. If you're unsure of anything, please ask. If you think there's any type of breach of test security, please report it. And make sure you're also focusing your attention on the testers. Be careful not to disrupt them. When you pass out test booklets, you want to make sure you pass them out in a snake pattern. So you'll wind around the room. And if a desk is empty, don't leave a test booklet there. Any extra test booklets should be the last in the series. So some key points: ensure proper timing, ensure people aren't cheating, follow the script, don't leave the materials unattended, and then ask when you aren't sure of something. When you're needing help on test day, you can text Haley Jung or you can email her and somebody will be sent to help you or a reply will be given to you on that day. If you have any questions, please make sure that you ask. Thank you.